Well, good afternoon, and first of all, it's not 9 p.m. This is the slightly more sober. Yeah, this is the more slightly sober time of 3 p.m., which is quite terrifying for us. I've not even had my dinner yet. But we understand that we're beaming over to North America today, and it's something like 10 o'clock in the morning over there. So you've probably just had your bagels and such forth.
Or your visit to the IHOP.
Or the IHOP, yeah. And to get a cup of coffee. Is that correct? But anyway, we're delighted to be beaming over to the United States. So if you've not seen the show before, we're a UK-based Star Trek talk show that's been going for 4 years.
Yeah, it must be now.
Feels like more.
We've been going for quite a while. And we started this off, Gary? We started this off really during COVID to stay in touch. And we never intended to carry on doing it, but we just kind of did. And we like to start off by saying hello. So let's say some hellos. Hello, Christoph. How you doing, buddy? All right?
Regular viewer.
Hi, Heather. Good morning to you. If you would, in the comments, please, with your hellos, please say where you're from and your favourite show and your favourite character. Always like that good stuff. Greetings and salutations. Oh, what's that from? I like that. Greetings and salutations. That's marvellous. Hello, dessert. Live long and prosper. Good morning from Minnesota. Of course, North America. Yes, there's lots of people from all over America will be watching, won't they? Having a happy Sunday and day 4 of virtual TrekCon 5 that we're on at the moment. You've got some really good stuff to look forward to once we've eaten up the early morning kind of graveyard shift. But thank you for joining us regardless. So
we are your breakfast portion.
Yeah, we're your breakfast portion. So hello everybody. First of all, so I'm Richard, and I'm the Temporal Violations Officer aboard the USS Riker's Beard, and below me is James.
Hello, I was until recently the captain of the Riker's Beard, but now I'm an admiral.
Ooh.
And to my right is Carl.
Hello.
I can't remember what rank. Carl, I think he's a non-com.
Yeah,
I believe. Yeah, Carl is a non-com.
I'm a union man.
That Carl has the bat'leth of Damocles over his head. Does anyone else notice that?
It is. It's foam that I think it's safe.
Good grief, there's a lot of people watching.
Fantastic. I do like. I've just finished rewatching all the Voyages with my children. I thoroughly enjoyed them so much. So I've had to jump back on Star Trek Online and do the Voyager kind of catch up ones where Tuvok goes back and helps Neelix with his colony in the asteroid. For this, it's just because I like to see the characters again. Favorite show, DS9, the original series. Okay, well, let's start with some news, chaps, because we have got some news coming. We always first of all, we like to talk about what we're looking forward to, and if you wouldn't mind, if you're watching it, please give us a like and a subscribe and all that jazz in the top right-hand corner. Now, what have we got coming up to look forward to? We've got a Section 31 movie that we know has started filming now, but no release date.
Ooh.
And yes, it started filming in just north of North America in Canada. They're filming in Toronto. So that's going now. And also, we've got to look forward to, there is a new Star Trek season of Discovery, which is coming, I believe, in March.
April, I think. Start of April.
Was it April?
Yeah.
April, okay. So we've got Discovery coming. And whether you like Discovery or not, we know it polarizes a lot of people. I think we can all be happy it's the last season. But we thought we'd just very quickly say what we're looking forward to the most in season 5 of Discovery. I've been crying. Look, we're British. We don't cry. Okay, Discovery. They just cry. We can't hear them for crying. Stop crying. Get on with it. Jesus.
Do you remember that time, Richard, that you showed an emotion?
Yes, but I had something. My gentleman's sausage was caught in my flies.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. What are you looking forward to the most about the coming season of Discovery, Carl?
Oh, crikey. Doug Jones as Saru. Every time. Got to be.
Yeah, he steals the show for you. That's what you look forward
Yeah.
to. James, what are you looking forward to the most? Okay, apart from it being the final season.
Can you come back to me on that? I don't know.
Well, apparently the stakes have been described this time as being monumental.
Isn't that what the stakes were in the last 3 seasons?
Yes.
Have someone finally provided Burnham with some Kleenex tissues? I'm genuinely. I look forward to
the best shows are not where the stakes are always of galaxy encompassing import, aren't they? I saw a meme the other day. Star Trek fans when there's a space battle, yay! Star Trek fans when there's a courtroom scene, yay!
Well, we've got a late entrant onto the show. Everybody, get up! Round of applause for Dan.
Oh, hello, Dan.
Hello.
Hang on, Dan, have you stolen James's internet?
Is it a bit slow?
Dan, you appear to be in the evacuation point. How the devil are you, chap? All right?
Very well, thank you. How are you, sir?
Very well. I'm afraid you've missed the initial hellos, but you've joined us just in time to play our brand new game. And do you know what, everybody? You can play along at home. Join us for some very British humour as we play our new game. That's right. It's time for Name That Door. I'm going to play
Scale.
The banana was there for scale, yes.
Yeah,
so
okay.
I'm going to play a clip of a famous Star Trek door. You can play along at home. Okay, I'm the only one who's fully aware of what this is from, so I can't partake. But the audience will help you guys. See if any of you get it right. The audience will help. So in the comments, see if you can help Dan, Kyle, and James correctly identify which door this is. Are you ready? Okay.
Oh,
So
please,
that
sir,
was,
please, sir, I know,
First
sir.
guess for James.
That's the door in Cisco's office in Operations in Deep Space Nine.
Carl, what are you going for?
I wouldn't have gone quite that specific. I was going to say it's a door in DS9 leading into Ops because of the noise is definitely a DS9 door, and then you've got the metal flooring. So
Yeah, same.
So we're going for DS9, and more specifically, we're going for Cisco's office.
Mm.
Okay,
yeah.
that's okay. So our viewers normally get better at this than we are. So we'll see if we get any good guesses from the audience, and then we'll revisit the sound in a moment. So you've got a bit of time to mull it over. But a few people in the comments looks like they're already agreeing with you.
Let's have a
Yeah.
look. God, there's a lot of comments, aren't there? We never normally
There
get
is.
this many people watching.
Could we hear it again, Richard?
Again? Yeah, we can do it again. I put the banana there for scale, if that helps.
Right, okay.
It's Anne-Marie's been with us for the duration. She's seen our brilliant games that we've played before.
I'll name that door in one.
So we'll mull that over a bit, and we'll move on to something else. Time being, we also like to play a little game. Well, we normally do we have wish clip this week?
Yes,
We do have a wish clip, yeah.
So
What's the answer correct, Richard?
we'll find out. We'll do it. We'll let the audience mull it over a bit, and we'll reveal all in a moment. But for the time being, Apt. Right, so we're going to have a quick divulge off into what happens when James has a cognac and goes on the internet.
Yes,
and
let's do the Wish trailer then.
And he looks for things on the internet. James, if you'd like to introduce this week's clip, please.
So Wish is, as Richard has introduced, things I've found on the internet that caused me to go, what in Sam Hell? Which acronyms to Wish. And this week, I've gone back to a clip from a previous installment of Wish. This is a fan film from what is known as the Avalon universe. Now, fan films, they range in quality. I'm going to say that there's a very wide scale.
Such a diplomatic way of saying it.
They range from those where someone's got a T-shirt and they've cut out a com badge and they've stuck it on, and you can see the walls wobbling and there's someone playing a sound effect in the background, to high-end Anavos costumes and proper CGI and scripts and so forth. This one's towards actually the latter end of the scale. The Avalon universe do actually kick out some pretty good stuff. They've obviously built some decent sets or used them. They've got proper costumes, although they're a little bit muddled up. Anyway, the reason I've picked this particular clip is because it involves a zombie apocalypse and some quotes from another film or films, and I'll see if the viewers can guess where these quotes come from. Roll VT! Press the button. So, play the clip.
Where's the clip then?
This is seamless.
I got it.
And this show is.
And I thought you were the one that said a mini skirt and go-go boots were a bad idea.
Guess I'll just have to end the situation. Will kicking a zombie seems like a great way for a girl to get a run in her space tights. Cover me! Running Starbase operations never really prepared us for this.
You know, there was a time when this sort of thing is why I joined Starfleet. I don't know what happened.
You joined Starfleet to be hunted by the undead.
No, action, adventure. You know, isn't that what Starfleet's about? I guess I just got comfortable running a starbase.
Yeah, well, save the monologue. You're about to have more action and adventure than you know what to do with. It's not going to work. There are too many of them.
All right, go to full power.
Cool off.
Consider that a divorce.
Don't disturb my friend. He's dead tired.
See you at the party, Richter!
What the hell are you guys doing? What does it sound like? We're trying to find the humor in our own impending deaths.
That was fun, wasn't it?
There's so much to unpack from that. Wow.
My favourite is where the lady in the red is hitting the zombies with the tube. And we've got phaser sound effects, we've got blood splatter all over the walls, and then we've got the sound effect of a cardboard tube hitting the zombie.
The smorgasbord of Schwarzenegger was just flying at it. Yeah.
Mondo, I think, the quotes.
I like the violence. That was good. I enjoyed the martial. There was definitely that was so. I always like to unpack the martial arts. The young ladies in this one have definitely been the booty boot camp Taibo. Those were Taekwondo pump side kicks they were doing, which are the ones you learn in fitness classes. So that was fantastic. Dan, what was your take on it?
Oh, I want to know, do we class fan films as in canon? And if so, is zombies now canon?
Have we had a zombie episode of Star
Yeah.
Trek? We had a couple of weird ones. Wasn't there an Enterprise one where there was zombies?
You got the one where the Enterprise D crew de-evolve, and Riker's like a Neanderthal, and Barclay's a
Genesis.
spider and stuff.
Yes, but I enjoyed all that. I enjoyed the acting.
The magnificent Ferengi, where they attach neural stimulators to the Vorta that has died.
Yeah.
Well, that technical zombie. Yeah. Wasn't that Iggy Pop?
Yeah.
Iggy Pop, wasn't it? Yeah.
Who has watched Weekend at Bernie's?
No.
No, you've never seen Weekend. Dan's watched Weekend at Bernie's. That's basically the same plot.
Yeah.
Trying to make Bernie appear alive, even though he's died at the beginning of the film.
But certainly, I thought a lot of the acting in that was much better than we've seen in Discovery.
As I say, on the scale of fan films, they're at the upper end.
That's controversial, isn't it, Richard? I mean, we like some Discovery.
Tell us your favourite episode, Dan, and why you like
That's
it.
your favourite episode. Go on, Dan.
Favorite episode of Discovery?
Yeah.
Season 1. I'm going to go episode 1.
Episode. I like
Hello.
episode 2 where they had the big space battle. That was really good. That was
Yeah,
fantastic.
I like season 1, episode 1 because they eat Georgia.
I'll keep the puns out of my mouth, Dan. Right. So, as we were starting off the show, or should we do the doors? Should we reveal all of the doors?
Yes. Okay.
Do you want to hear it once more before we reveal?
Go on then.
Okay. So, everyone was absolutely spot on. It was indeed the control room or ops room or Cisco's office room in DS9. Yeah, well done. I'm impressed how quickly you got it there, chaps. That was really good. And I shouldn't have doubted. Normally our viewers aren't quite so accurate, but obviously North American viewers are a little bit more articulate than our usual rabble we get in the UK. So well done. Now, before we went online, someone hopped in the comments and asked us what the reasoning behind our registry number was, James. And we said we would get you to explain it on the show, and they would require a calculator.
Yeah. Okay. I'll write it down for you. In fact, I may not need to if the camera will pick it up. Let's see. So here we have the Riker's Beard registration number.
Yeah.
Oh, look what happens if I turn it upside down. Look.
It says a word, James.
It says boobies.
It says one of my favourite words. I do find the most erotic part of a woman is the boobies.
It's a pure old joke, and we had a vote on what our registry number would be, and that's why it came out. But 5,381,000 or whatever it is, 8,008. It's quite a high one for Starfleet. People do sometimes ask, why is it such a big number? And I just tell them, look at it upside down. Especially when they saw our shuttlecraft last summer. So, yes, there we have it. Any further questions on the registry number?
I think that's cleared that up nicely.
Cleared that up perfectly, I think.
That's cleared that up perfectly. Well,
what's that, Richard? You want to hear more about the Riker's Beard logo and comm badge?
I think we need to, yeah.
All right, well, look. Here is the Riker's Beard comm badge. Look at that.
That's gorgeous, James.
Thing of
Isn't that a
beauty.
lovely piece? And look, see how it attaches by way of a magnet rather than any of those irritating pins. Do you have one there, Richard? Oh, look what he's got. There it is. It's a thing of beauty. And if you're in the UK, you can have one of these if you contact me to go towards our latest set upgrade. But I'm afraid for those of you living across the Atlantic, the costs of sending them are vastly disproportionate, so we can't do that. Sorry.
So if one were to want to order one of these badges, James, would they email you? What would be the procedure?
Yes, they could direct message me using the magnificence of Facebook.
So go to the Riker's Beard Facebook page and
Yes,
send
send
a
us a
message.
message and we'll help you. But I'm afraid it has to be mainland UK.
We
because
don't post
Post.
out. Really?
Can we not send some over on the Concorde?
Well, I'm afraid there's bad news for you about the Concorde, Dan.
It's been replaced with a trebuchet.
20 years now.
If we build a big enough trebuchet, we could trebuchet the badges over.
That would be some trebuchet, given the curvature of the Earth.
And given the spiky bit on the com badge, are we essentially just throwing ninja stars at America at this point?
I'm trying to think what you'd build a trebuchet out of.
Frankly, just a rocket would be so. Yeah.
Carbon fiber.
Yeah,
Or someone could row them over.
Yeah. You'd need one heck of a rubber band, wouldn't you,
Yeah.
to wind it up with? Yeah. So if we were to buy a badge, where does the proceeds of the money donate to, James?
The proceeds of the Riker's Beard badges are currently going into a major redesign and upgrade of our bridge set. So if you haven't had a look at our Facebook page, please do. And you'll see that we have a bridge and a transporter room and a shuttlecraft and an engine room that's only ever been out once, I think, or twice. No, twice. And a few bits and pieces, but yeah, we're looking to upgrade them. And it's an expensive process, so that's why I have to occasionally ask for a bit of cash.
And
I sell the merch.
to date, every occasion that we have taken our toys out to, apart from one, has all been for charity as well.
Yes.
Which is always worthwhile.
But we don't like to talk about our charity work, do we?
No, but we do a lot of it.
Yeah.
Now, I'm hoping that we're going to get some outstanding North American interaction in the comments. We're already blasting away there. Everyone's saying hello. It's fantastic to see you all. And you're alluding to what the page is about and how we all met and got together. The Riker's Beard set that was built by James Dillon, and then attending various conventions and forming a social network, if you will, of like-minded Trek people. So whenever we do a transatlantic thing like this, I mean, the convention circuit in the UK is relatively small. You kind of, every time you go to one, there's going to be someone there that you know. What's it like in North America? Because I understand your conventions are bigger, but do you have your same people that you meet up with every time? Do you sometimes go, oh, I was at that convention, so was I, and you missed each other because it's so huge you don't actually see all the people? Do you have groups similar to the Riker's Beard to make sure you all know where you are and what you're doing so you can meet up at these conventions? Would love to hear your convention stories, basically. So please pop down in the comments your feelings and how you got on conventions. And while we think about that, we're going to play another game.
Oh, hooray!
All right, we can't get enough. We can't get enough.
Count 2, 3. Alan Moraine, you'll come with me.
We can't get enough of playing a good game. So there's a popular TV program in the UK called Would I Lie to You? And we've ripped it off, basically. So. It's a fake.
So this week we had like someone drinking a milkshake there. I wonder what that noise was.
So this week, James is going to read for you a funny anecdote, story, stroke thing that happened to him that is Star Trek related. And all we have to do, and in the comments you can help us, is try and figure out whether James is telling the truth or not. So it's very simple. So we'll let James tell his story. We will then ask him questions to try and see if we can figure out when you give something away, and then please do help us in the comments working out if he's telling the truth or if he is in fact being Machiavellian. James.
Well, it's a relatively short story, so I can leave you to ask plentiful questions. Here is the legend. I have stolen William Shatner's beach ball.
Well, have you stolen his beach ball?
Yes,
Where is it then?
it's in the loft, in a safe place.
What design of beach ball is it?
It's your classic style, round, inflatable, numerous colours.
Okay, so I already know this story, so I don't think it's fair for me to sort of say yes or no to it. I've heard a rendition of this story before. So.
How did you know it was William Shatner's?
How do I know? Because I was at his show.
Hold on, I thought it was the Hoff's beach ball.
So he was holding the beach ball. That's how
The
you
beach
know it was.
ball was used on stage, and it came into the audience, and I bounced it off his head, and I kept it.
Oh, I see. It was thrown into the audience, and you sort of like if a football goes into the crowd, you
Yes.
the baseball, you
Like
would
a
keep it.
bouncing prop.
So hold on, it was his, or you just bounced it off him?
Well, it was his to start with because it was used in his show.
And which show was this? Was this at the First Destination, the Four Captains one?
This was no. He did a show in 2016,
Okay. So,
which was in Birmingham, not in London.
okay. And why did William Shatner throw a beach ball into the audience?
Frankly, if you saw the rest of the show, you'd be asking why he did anything.
Okay. Right.
It was a bizarre evening.
I think I'm going for not true.
William Shatner's Beach Boy. No, I haven't got William Shatner's Beach Boy.
Have you got? Do you have Kate Mulgrew's pool boy?
I might have Kate Mulgrew's Pool Q.
This is the type of like relic that will come out on the Antiques Roadshow in about 50 years. Yeah. This beach ball was once handled by William Shatner.
Bounced off his head.
And today at auction, I value it at £5 million.
£5 million?
Obviously, I'm taking into account hyperinflation having taken effect by then. So, yeah.
Right, so what do the viewers think as to whether that's likely to be true or a falsehood?
It's been a fairly even spread. Some people are saying no, not a chance. Others are saying it's so absurd that it must be true.
Should I reveal the answer or should we leave it for a while?
Dan's removed himself from the equation. I'm going for not true.
You're saying untrue, Carl?
I'm saying untrue.
I'm going to say it's true.
Oh, so I must have, by definition, got one of you.
I want to say it's the Hoff, not the Shat.
You're going for not
True. True or untrue? You have to say one or the other, Dan.
Untrue.
So you're saying it's true, it's the Hoff's beach ball. Or the Shatner's beach ball is what you're saying. I'm getting confused by now.
I think there's no doubt that we think you've stolen someone's ball.
Right, I will reveal the answer. Dan had an unfair advantage because he has heard the story before. I do have a beach ball that I stole from a celebrity, but it was in fact David Hasselhoff who threw it into the crowd and who I bounced it back off. And as it came back to me, I thought, well, I'm having that. So I just thought, as I had to make up a preposterous story, I'd substitute the Shatner for the Hoff and see if anyone fell for it.
And how many times have you enjoyed the beach ball, James?
Well, I haven't really used it since then. Sorry. It's just up in the loft somewhere.
It's another thing in the loft, is it? I mean,
It's another many things in the loft. I mean, obviously, there's a whole box full of beach balls I've bounced off celebrities.
You do live near the beach. I mean, it seems a bit preposterous that you wouldn't get it and have a play.
You're absolutely right, Richard. That's the most preposterous point about the whole story.
It's crazy.
It's
Because
crazy. He's not using the beach ball.
Can I say, because it's been in contact with the Hoff, that you should probably try and sell it in Germany.
Yeah, beach ball.
It's very wow, marvelous. I thoroughly enjoyed that whimsical. Shall we do it? I do have one prepared. Shall we do another one?
Oh,
Or
yes,
you'll lay
yes.
it out?
Richard, have you got a story for us?
Yeah,
I
go on.
have. Now, there may well be, I think at least one of you has heard this story. So if you're already aware of the answer, then just play along, and in the comments you can decide whether it's true or not. So I once embarrassed myself at a Star Trek convention when I met Anson Mount, because I did not know who he was. I had no idea who he was. He just seemed like a handsome gentleman. So I said, "How you doing?" And like, yeah, I'm like, "You here for the convention then?" And he went, "Yeah." I was like, "Well." And I didn't realise until later on in the hotel bar when I saw him in a roped off area and sort of eating a burger hiding under a cap. I asked Tony, I said, "Who's that chap over there?" And he said, "That's Hanson Mount. He's the new chap on Discovery." I was like, "Oh dear, I think I've just been very rude." So yeah.
Can you remind us, Richard, where you were when you had your conversation with the gentleman who proved to be Anson Mount?
So when I first said hello to him, I was at a urinal.
Okay. Did you sidle up to him and say, "Hello, I'm a vegan"?
He was in an adjacent urinal, and you don't. The women, if you don't know, chaps tend not to talk to each other whilst they're at a urinal. It's a private moment. However, when we were washing hands afterwards, I thought, he's a terribly handsome chap. He had good hair. And I said, "Oh, how are you doing?" Very good hair. So, how you doing, chap? All right? Yeah, not too bad. And I thought he sounded American, which probably should have given me the clue that he possibly might be a celebrity. So it's in a toilet. I met him in a toilet. Any more
You
questions?
had the experience with Michael Dorn at a urinal. That seems odd.
Was he using two?
I would also add that I did apologise to him later, and I had a couple of drinks and said, "Is it okay if I prick you with this cocktail stick so I can have some of your DNA, please?" And did proceed to prick him with a cocktail stick.
What's she doing?
Well, so Carl, what are you seeing in the comments there as the votes for or against?
Yeah, most people seem to think that it is the cast iron truth.
I think because the
that
number of us
can't
will
be.
know whether this is true or false, we should perhaps go straight to the answer. Richard, is it true or is it crazy talk?
It's true, yes. I met a handsome man in a public toilet and struck up a conversation with him, not realising that he was the new captain of the Enterprise. Of Discovery. For season 2 of Discovery. But he was fine about it when I chatted with him about it later. And he did let me prick him with a cocktail stick to get his DNA. Yeah.
It's an unusual request, but yeah, that's what happens.
We've harvested quite a bit of DNA over the years. We've got Anson Mount, we've got Carol the Trekkie Girl's got her DNA, we've got Emily Coots' DNA.
Yeah, that's around here somewhere.
Have you still got Emily Coots' DNA?
Yeah, it's in this room somewhere, but as you can see,
Right.
It was quite busy.
Yeah.
And it's like one of those puzzles where if you want to get something out of a cupboard, you have to move another cupboard out the way. Yeah.
There we are. Well, we've done what we're looking for. We've played the game. We've done.
Have we got any more doors?
No, that's just the one door.
I have Right, I have a story that you can see if it's true or false if you'd like.
Oh, hang on, we have to better play the thing again then. Or is it?
I have a photo of me and John Delancey taken at a convention, with me looking very surprised as John Delancey. What's the nicest way I can put this? Tickled me during the photo opportunity.
Show us on the dolly where he tickled
Yeah,
you.
so where did he touch you?
I'm afraid that the dolly is not within camera range, so
Is it your gentleman's area?
yes. John Delancey, inappropriate contact, and I pull a face like in the middle of my photo.
He literally grabbed your chap.
No.
Were you wearing cycling shorts?
No, I was not. Oh my god.
Were you clothed at the time?
I was clothed at the time.
Was he clothed at the time?
He was clothed at the time.
Oh, okay.
He just decided to have a little slap and tickle, did he?
Wow.
Was it in this club?
Yeah. Okay. So, anyway, that's my inappropriate story. So, let's go around the table. Richard, true or false?
I'm going to go for false.
James?
I'm going to say it's true. It's 100% true.
Carl?
I'm going to say it's true as well.
Oh, question in the comments.
Oh, got a question from Tia. Well, either of you two drunk?
No. No, I
You
wasn't.
can't speak for Mr. Delancey. You never know.
No, I didn't say that. Now, for clarity, I did not say he touched me in an inappropriate area. I said he tickled me.
Your gentleman's region. That's what you said.
No, I didn't say my gentleman. You were the one who implied that. So
Where did he tickle you then?
I'm trying to remember where it was. Was it on the back or the side? Anyway, I can reveal, and Carl was there, and Carl has seen the photo.
Yeah,
It's very much true. John Delancey puts his hand behind me and tickles me just as the photo is taken. So my expression is on my photo of John Delancey that I'd queued for ages for. The first we did. So I'm there, and I've got this lovely photo of me and John Delancey, and I'm just because he literally puts his hand behind my back and tickles me as they do it. I'm like, oh my god, yeah. So on
the way that was in 2012, wasn't it? And while we were queuing for that photo shoot, we were in the queue before John Delancey actually got to the photo area. And outside the photo area, do you remember Chris that was dressed in the queue judge outfit that year? Well, people were wanting their pictures taken with him because of how good his cosplay was. So he was outside the photo area having pictures taken as Judge Q with people. And John Delancey walked past this happening. And I'd love to know if anyone ever actually noticed the photo bomb that John Delancey did into someone's picture. He literally just, as Chris was posing like the old classic sort of like, yay sort of thing, over his shoulder popped John Delancey's head and then just popped straight back down again as he made his way to the photo area that we were queuing up in. Someone got an absolutely awesome photo then.
I mean, these stories. The whole point of this game is to generate, hopefully, in the comments some funny things that have happened to you at conventions, or some nice things. And again, this is for the benefit of our USA viewers. Because I'm sure I've said this story before on the UK show, and that was where James and I were exiting a hotel lift, and the chap got into the lift, and this guy had a William Shatner t-shirt on, and a William Shatner jacket on, and he had like a tattoo of William Shatner on his arm, and literally had a badge that said that I love William Shatner, and it was just
He was a Shatner
unbelievable.
fan. We can put
He
it.
was a Shatner fan, and we were exiting the elevator, and as he was getting in, and then someone went, "Hold the door," and these two burly chaps rushed forwards and held the door, and William Shatner walked in and got in the elevator with this chap, and this chap's face was like this, and William Shatner just turns around, looks at all the stuff, and goes, "Hey, nice shirt." And then the door closed. It was absolutely marvelous. It really was one of the most wonderful things.
It's a perfect moment, wasn't it?
It was a perfect moment. I wish I got it on film or something, but it was. I think it's certainly going to last in my memory almost as long as that time Chase Masterson said that I was really handsome, and she was sober. It was yeah.
Yeah, and it's embarrassing to us all just how much that Chase could barely contain herself around Richard.
Was that the same convention when you were someone else tried to woo you?
Yes, that was the same convention when another unnamed actress attempted to catch my eye.
To woo you excessively.
Yes. That's an after dark story. That's not for daytime television.
Indeed.
Because Richard is our very own version of René Artois.
You stupid woman. Someone's putting that. How much did you pay her to say that? So, no, Chase Masterson, James and I had some private time with her. And we were,
and she is delightful. Absolutely delightful.
We were filming an interview with her, and she was honestly so kind and generous with her time. And she was wearing very revealing clothes. And we were getting her through the Riker Sits Down challenge, and she was all for it. And she could tell she had James and I completely in her hands. We were putting in her hands. Yeah. She could feel totally defective. So,
hang on.
Jesus, James, careful.
There we go.
It wouldn't be wouldn't be good fair to mention Chase without mentioning as well if you don't already support her Be Kind charity.
Yeah, I've got my Be Kind t-shirt. Yeah.
I just need a break.
Half a Riker.
We didn't have a run up. There's not enough space in here.
So if you'd had a run up, it would have gone even worse.
I came across it the other day. I don't have it to hand, but do you remember when we played Riker Sits Down in the TGIs? Do you remember that?
Well, I'm going to go see a doctor after this, Charlotte. Folks, if you're watching this at home, don't try this at home. I'm a professional.
It was untrue.
So yes, if you are drunk at a convention in a bar, do play Riker Sits Down. Yeah, it's really good fun.
Thank you, dear. You're not wrong.
There's some wonderful stories coming in the comments here, Carl. At Vegas, I got in the elevator with a guy who looked like Stashwick. I don't know who Stashwick is.
Todd Stashwick, the guy who plays Captain Leon Shaw. It is Todd, isn't it?
Yes, he's the guy in
Season 3.
the guy who likes to say no.
Oh yes, he's totally good fun. I like him. He looked like Stashwick wearing a Titan T-shirt. Oh, of course, he's the captain of the Titan.
I'm just a dipshit from Chicago.
Are you going to cosplay Shaw? After a beat, he said, no, already doing it. Marvellous.
James, you seem to have generated an amazing reaction.
Yeah, I've got a few things to put back on shelves in here as. Oh, crikey. That's looking a bit fragile.
Oh,
James's beach ball nearly came through the ceiling then.
So yes, if you're watching the show and you're enjoying it, please do go to the Riker's Beard Facebook page and give it a like and a subscribe. I can see most of our viewers are coming through from TrekCon on YouTube. Our YouTube channel is pretty quiet, really. We don't tend not to do too much on there.
We just put out the occasional video where I play the Irish tin flute.
Oh, your guitar's still out, James. Well done. So please do go to the Facebook page and give it a like.
Do join us on Sundays at 9 p.m. UK time, if you like.
9 p.m. So I'm not sure what time 9 p.m. UK time would be in America.
Well, because America has lots of different time zones, they get confused amongst themselves as to what time it is. I don't know. I mean, this is 3 p.m. our time, so we're normally 6 hours later than this. So wherever you are, 6 hours later than now is when we're on, usually.
Yes.
Except now it's nearly 4 p.m., James.
Well, it's still 6 hours back, isn't it?
Yeah.
Probably about 2 p.m., I would guess. It's not a very good guess, is it? Well, it's 10 o'clock there now, so normally we're on at 6 o'clock. So
Anne-Maria's just put on that she gets an alert at 4 p.m. in New York.
4 p.m. in New York. So yes, we're on at 4 o'clock in New York, if that helps.
But it's 9 p.m. here, so welcome from the future.
Welcome.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Now, this virtual TrekCon that we're being a part of, this is the 5th one now, isn't it?
Yes, and thanks for inviting us back. I don't know, how we got invited back after our last performance.
Yeah, so it's delightful that these virtual con. I think there's not a lot to be grateful for coming out of COVID, but our show came out of COVID, and virtual TrekCons come out of COVID, and things like that. And it's a way we can all get together, and you've got to look at the positive. At the start of the show, I was talking about what feels like a very British thing, where you go to the sci-fi conventions and you all know each other, and we've built up, well, especially James really has built up a whole community around his Bridge Set and his Facebook page, and it's fantastic because otherwise James and I never would have met. I wouldn't have met Khan, I wouldn't have met Dan, I wouldn't have met so many lovely, fantastic people, and for me, that's I think really is what Star Trek's about. Which brings me on to my next topic of conversation. I mean, I'd like to score a bag of chat from the deal of debate here and get your thoughts on the new Section 31 straight-to-TV movie that's coming out, and the rumours that it's going to be very much all kind of dark. There's going to be no positivity in it. It's going to be quite a very unbalanced show. Because it's going to have the Terran Georgiou in it. She's going to be the lead, and she's not a nice character. And it seems this is going to be a one-hit thing they're going to do to show a very different side of what the Star Trek universe could be. Possibly what we were looking at in the rumored Tarantino film that they were thinking about doing. Do you think there's room for that in our Star Trek family, or do you think it's a no-no?
I think it depends. Do you sort of stick to Gene's view of the Star Trek universe, which was a better version of mankind and stuff? Which, if you go down that sort of view, then yeah, it's wrong. But if you go down the fact that we've sort of evolved off that, life isn't all sunshine and rainbows, and showing both sides,
It feels for my 2 cents, it feels very much like they had fun with it in the original series. They had the mirror episode, and they've done a few kind of dark bits and pieces. This is going to be a dark film, a little bit of side spin-off. I think it's going to be black humor. We don't know for sure, and if it is, I think it's just a little expansion, and there's room for it in my Star Trek. You've got to remember that the 4 of us, we grew up with the Next Generation when the Federation was an era of unprecedented peace. They don't know war for a long time. So you didn't really have the opportunity for these kind of darker episodes. That was then handled a bit later on. So you have to have both sides, the good and the bad. Yeah. Do we have room for an espionage-filled kind of last? Section 31 should be a series. It'll probably
just to point to one of them.
Yeah, they're probably going to gauge it off the success of this straight-to-video, aren't they, and see how popular it is.
Just
or
one
maybe
of the,
not.
We might just come in there as well. Is there no longer a show on YouTube 9 p.m. on Sundays? Yes, there is. James and Richard have got your show's 9 p.m. still Sundays, isn't it?
9 p.m. on Sundays, yes. Riker's Beard Live. Most
Sundays.
Not every Sunday. Most Sundays. But yeah, the question of having room for it, and if the Section 31 film is a hit, and this sparks a series, are we then opening the door for a whole kind of? Are we going to have to do we've talked about it before, Let's Talk Trek noir show? Post-watershed edition. I mean, it could well be they go down the Discovery route, and if no one watches this, they'll make a series of it.
Well, here's the thing, isn't it? You have the likes of Picard, who always stands on his morals and will gladly sacrifice his ship and crew if it's necessary to protect the Prime Directive and so on. And then you're forming a show around the premise that by whatever means necessary, you will take steps to achieve your end, which is the complete reverse of that. And where's the dramatic tension? Because if you basically say, well, there are no rules, we can do whatever we like, we're not constrained by morality or law or codes of conduct or ethics or otherwise, then, is there really drama in that? And also, does it undermine the entire idea of the Federation? It's all lovely and glossy when you see the Enterprise flying around upholding the Prime Directive, but there's another group following around behind them that will do whatever they like. That's just my view. I think that you lose the drama.
In the words of Captain Sisko, I can live with that.
I mean, I'm excited. Sorry, Carl. Let's have your 2 cents.
I was just going to say, I think it's got its place in situations where it acts as that test of morals for people, say, for example, like Picard. If characters like that come face to face with Section 31, then, realistically, for it to uphold Gene's vision, the moral high ground has to win. But I think it's got its place to introduce itself as sort of like it's both sides of it. It's the human brain, isn't it? You're trying to outweigh the good and the bad, the right and the wrong, and realistically, you need the right and moral way to win outright, which is what Star Trek's about. So it can be there as sort of like the other side of the argument, but I don't necessarily think it should ever be the overriding winner of that argument.
I'm very strongly leaning towards them probably not paying any attention at all to the argument or trying to balance it out or answer anything philosophical. I think this is going to be a bit of fun because Giorgio, the character, has a lot of dark, funny lines in Discovery. She's evil and she knows it. And it's I think this is just going to be a bit. I hope it's just going to be a bit of fun and a one-off. And let's just hope a few people do watch it and then they won't make a series of it. But either way, looking forward to it. And the same as I'm looking forward to the new series of Discovery. It's a new Star Trek, isn't it? Also, Prodigy, I believe, has been saved now. We're getting another series of Prodigy. Well, I think they cancelled out Rob Beltran, though. He's not, because it was going to be about finding Chakotay, but he's been cancelled now, hasn't he? So we'll have to be a new plot in there.
We still have the Academy series to come out, don't we, Richard?
Oh, is there an Academy series?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Oh, fantastic. What do we know about that, James?
Well, Not very much, to be honest. I'm just hoping it's not set in the 32nd century and that it's based around Tilly. I see the look on your face there, Richard. I think you know what I'm saying.
I suspect you might be disappointed then.
They wouldn't. They wouldn't do that. Seriously.
Well, one of the things you have got is, as much as Discovery's finishing, a lot of its actors are talking about crossover episodes. So there's only a... Well, the
they're
field
like
seems
800 years further on than anything that's meant to be in production at the moment, aren't they? How's that going?
Well, not if Starfleet Academy's set in that time period.
Right, so they would just be cameos like people from Cheers turning up in Frasier then?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm really pleased there's a lot of love in the comments for Tilly. That's fantastic, because we like balance.
Yes, we like seeing other people's opinions, even if we do not have the same opinions.
Yeah. Like, I generally, I think it's fantastic if people do like the character and the actress, and they get enjoyment from watching her. God, someone's even putting down about the cat now. Jesus.
Can someone help me? Or was it just a cat? I mean, did it do anything?
But then neither did Porthos,
I believe our hour has come up, guys. That's gone quick.
Gosh, that has gone quick, actually.
We're
It's amazing.
close,
Once you start watching about Star Trek, you can't stop, can you?
It's unusual for us.
Yeah.
So next week, would we like another Door of the Week?
I've got one for you here, if you like one.
Oh, go on then.
Okay, here it comes. Can you hear it?
That is a holodeck door.
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah. Holodeck.
Holodeck door.
Dan?
Holodeck or a cargo bay.
3 points to the man in orange. It's the cargo bay door.
Same door.
It may be the same door, but this one leads into a cargo bay.
For extra points, can I take cargo bay free?
No.
Oh.
You lost all your points. You gambled and you lost.
Right, we've got to end the stream now because there's another more professional stream starting that's going to be following us for the continuity track on. If you've enjoyed
us, join us again some other time.
Join us again some other time. Please like the Facebook page, like the Let's Talk Trek, Trekkie's Guide to the Galaxy Facebook page, like the Riker's Beard Live Facebook page. As I say, we don't do a huge amount on YouTube, but follow us for all our fun and shenanigans, including the sci-fi calendar, which the Riker's Beard are supporting now. And we're very looking forward to helping with that. You can find out how to order the Calendar Girls sci-fi calendar from the Riker's Beard page. Please do just click on the link for that and email it in if you would like one. So it's for a good cause. So for now, please do look after yourselves and each other.
Don't have nightmares.